Hello everybody. Enjoy the rainy season. The 14th video on spinning into a career takes you to Ruchi's office. In crowd, one has to bear the strong smell of scent and sweat. Matters become worse when the trains get cancelled. A person may trip and fall, and people may walk over the person to board the train. Women quarrel at high pitch. Quarrels escalate into slapping, pulling each other's hair, pushing, kicking, and punching in the ladies' compartment. One hears abuses in different languages since the crowd is cosmopolitan. There are two routes to reach Ruchi's office on the left of Hilton Road. Ruchi takes a fast local from Vimpoli and gets off at Shoring Lines, and from Shoring Lines she walks through Central Terminus to reach her office via Anand Wholesale Market. In another road, she takes a train from Vimpoli to Sanders, which has the stinking smell from the backwaters of Chennai Sea. She boards a slow passenger train to Central Terminus. A peculiar smell indicates the arrival of Gardala station, and the arrival of Jismal station is indicated by the strong smell of spice. Ruchi gets off at Central Terminus and walks to Hilton Road to reach her office. Once Ruchi boards the train from Sanders to reach Central Terminus. A woman with a high-heeled sandal trips on her feet. She falls flat on the platform. Fearing a brawl, Ruchi, without looking back, disappears into the crowded train. Ruchi's office is an old building. Anand Market ends with the fish market and an abattoir. Beef and meat are displayed in the open market. Retailers come to the market to buy fish and meat at a wholesale rate. Most of the office goers pass through the awful stink of fish and meat. A South Indian Brahmin is on his way to the office. Fish water falls on him. He feels disgusted. Crows and pigeons spill bits of meat and fish from their beaks as they hover around. The office windows are opened and the stink lingers in the air. Ruchi's duty is to register companies. She has to check the documents provided by various companies and prepare a file for each one to be put up for registration. She goes through the documents like Shops and Establishments Act, Memorandum of Articles of Association, and balance sheets. Later she learns from her officer that companies have two sets of balance sheets. One of them is genuine, which they keep it for themselves, and the other is a fabricated one, which they use for tax assessment and government purposes. The dispatch section receives letters from various companies and shops willing to register themselves. After registration, they become a government supplier for which they have to pay some amount of money as security deposit. They send manuals describing each of their products and its design, efficiency, and material. Suppliers are categorized according to what they supply. If they supply chemicals, they must register themselves with the chemical section. Iron and steel will be at the engineering wing, scientific and industrial equipment, and so on. Ruchi has a little spare time after 4 in the afternoon. She keeps a notebook on her lap and reads English literature notes. She keeps the notebook aside when she sees an officer taking rounds. Her time in the train is spent reading the history of the West. A company is registered for a stipulated period, after which it applies for renewal of registration. Renewal is done based on prompt supply of materials, satisfactory quality, and prompt services. Orders for purchase of goods and services are placed by government bodies. The suppliers quote their rates, and those who supply good quality material at reasonable rates are allotted the orders. Ruchi dispatches registration certificates of companies to various departments. She gets the office copies certified and puts them in the respective files of companies. Thank you for listening. We shall know more about Ruchi's office in the next video. Till then,